I recently made a video titled ranking every Metallica album by how many eyes are in the title, but due to a few minor mistakes, I'm going to be remaking it. Starting off with Metallica's first studio album, we have Kill 'Em All. Metal Militia has 3, Hit the Lights, Jump in the Fire, and Anesthesia Pulling Teeth each have 2. Whiplash has 1, and the Four Horsemen, Motor Breath, Phantom Lord, No Remorse, and Seek and Destroy all have none. This puts Kill 'Em All at 10 eyes and in C tier. Next is Ride the Lightning, where we start off with Fight Fire with Fire, which has 4, followed by Ride the Lightning with 3. After that we have Trapped Under Ice and Creeping Death, both with 1, and For Whom the Bell Tolls, Fade to Black, Escape, and The Call of Cthulhu with 0. Ride the Lightning has a final score of 9 eyes, which puts it in C tier. After that we have Master Puppets, with its most eye-prominent song being Welcome Home Sanitarium, with only 2. The Thing That Should Not Be, Disposable Heroes, Leper Messiah, Orion, and Damage Incorporated all have 1, and Battery and Master Puppets both have none. This gives Master Puppets 7 eyes and a D tier rating. Our fourth studio album is And Justice for All, which quickly starts off strong with To Live Is to Die having 3, but falls off with And Justice for All and The Frayed Ends of Sanity each only having 1. Every other song on the album, Blackened, Eye of the Beholder, One, The Shortest Straw, Harvester of Sorrow, and Dyer's Eve all have none. And Justice for All has a depressingly underwhelming 5 eyes, putting it in our first F tier. Entering the 90s, we have Metallica's self-titled album, Metallica. My Friend of Misery and The Struggle Within both have 2. Holier Than Thou, The Unforgiven, Wherever I May Roam, Nothing Else Matters, and The God That Failed each have 1. And Sad But True, Don't Tread on Me, Through the Never, and Of Wolf and Man each have none. This puts self-titled with 9 eyes and our third member of C tier. Next on the chopping block is Load. Ain't My Bitch, Until It Sleeps, King Nothing, and Thorn Within all have 2. The House That Jack Built, Bleeding Me, Poor Twisted Me, Wasting My Hate, Mama Said, and Ronnie each have 1, and 2x4, Hero of the Day, and The Outlaw Torn don't have any. This puts Load at 14 in our highest spot so far, A tier. Of course, after Load is its sister album, Reload. This is where things get a bit complicated. The song The Unforgiven 2 uses Roman numerals rather than the printed number 2. This means The Unforgiven 2 technically has 2 extra eyes, putting it at a total of 3. After that is Where the Wild Things Are and Prince Charming, each with 2. The Memory Remains, Devil's Dance, Slither, Carpe Diem Baby, Low Man's Lyric, and Fixer all have 1, and Fuel, Better Than You, and Bad Seed have none. This finishes Reload with 13 eyes, putting it in B tier. Next up is Metallica's cover album, Garage Inc. Die Die My Darling and Killing Time both have 3, It's Electric, Whiskey in the Jar, Crash Course in Brain Surgery, Am I Evil, and Blitzkrieg have 2, The More I See, The Wait, The Prince, and Overkill each have 1, and Free Speech for the Dumb, Sabracadabra, Turn the Page, Loverman, Merciful Fate, Astronomy, Tuesday's Gone, Helpless, The Small Hours, Last Caress, Green Hell, Bread Fan, Stone Cold Crazy, and So What all have no eyes. With that, Metallica's longest studio album of 2 hours and 17 minutes finishes with 20 eyes, putting it in S tier, which I promptly renamed to I tier. Entering us into the 2000s is Metallica's most controversial album, Saint Anger. Invisible Kid has 4, Dirty Window and All Within My Hands both have 2, Frantic, Some Kind of Monster, Shoot Me Again, The Unnamed Feeling, and Purify each have 1, and Saint Anger, being that they use the shortened version of the word saint, has none, along with My World and Sweet Amber. This gives Saint Anger 13 and puts it in B tier. Following the same rule for Reload, Death Magnetic's The Unforgiven 3 counts as 4. Next is Suicide and Redemption with 3, That Was Just Your Life, End of the Line, All Nightmare Long, Cyanide, and The Judas Kiss with 1, and Broken, Beat, and Scarred, The Day That Never Comes, and My Apocalypse with 0. This finishes Death Magnetic with 12 eyes, putting it in B tier. Blitzing through Lulu, The View, Pumping Blood, Mistress Dread, Iced Honey, Frustration, Little Dog, Junior Dad all have 1. Bradenburg Gate, Cheat on Me, and Dragon, none. Lulu has 7, D tier. Hardwired to Self-Destruct has Hardwired to Self-Destruct, Atlas Rise, Moth into Flame, Halo on Fire, Confusion, Man Unkind, Am I Savage, and Spit Out the Bone, all with 1. And Now That We're Dead, Dream No More, Here Comes Revenge, and Murder 1 all having none. This gives Hardwired to Self-Destruct a final score of 8 and puts it in D tier. Next is Metallica's most recent album, 72 Seasons. Screaming Suicide starts us off strong with 3, and Chasing Lights has 2. After that is Sleepwalk My Life Away, Crown of Barbed Wires, If Darkness Had a Sun, Room of Mirrors, and In Amorta with 1. 72 Seasons, Shadows Follow, You Must Burn, Lux Eterna, and Too Far Gone all have 0 eyes. This finishes 72 Seasons with only 10 eyes, putting it in C tier. Following Metallica's studio albums, we also have a few of their live albums. Since the majority of these live albums don't include any new songs, we're gonna speedrun through them. Live Shit Binge and Purge has 12, B tier. S&M has 8, D tier. Metallica Through the Never has 12, B tier. Helping Hands has 9, C tier. And finally, S&M 2 has 16, putting it in A tier. With that, we're at the end of our ranking. Garage Inc. has the most, and Justice for All has the least. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope I didn't make any more mistakes this time. If I did, please let me know in the comments. That's all there is to this video, you can go away now.